Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Monday evening live session. And today we are going to discuss a very interesting topic. It's called XY metrics. But before that, let's start our ritual, which is welcoming the new members in the community. Okay, so the people who are attending the session first time, just type me in the chat box, and first we will all welcome you, and then we'll start the program. Okay, chalo, just type me in the chat box. I hope the chat is open for everybody. Can you just check, guys? So okay, yes, Mr. Ramesh is there. So anyone else? So I've typed welcome new members. Everybody, I would request you also to welcome Mr. Ramesh and all the other members who are yet to join. Okay, today being Monday is always a busy day, so team, just check whether all the new members got the the message right. Okay, super. Welcome them and wish them all the very best in this journey of excellence. Okay, this is not excellence journey for the processes. This is journey of excellence for our own self as well. Okay. Amazing. So in this journey, we are improving ourselves, and the reflection can be seen on the process. Okay. Anyway, so let's begin this today's session with because today the concept which I am going to explain, that example is about a cafe. Okay, just like cafe coffee day or a Starbucks. So let's start with the Starbucks story. Okay. Now Starbucks, everybody must be aware. You must have at least experienced Starbucks, quite a few times. So Starbucks is a concept where where people can chill out, people can hang out for a very long time. They can work, they can chit chat, they can sit, relax, sip coffee, have some what you can say, snacks, etc. Right? So that's the concept. So Starbucks concept basically started in US, and then after some time it got popularized across the world. So the concept was very simple. When the person who basically started this, he saw that kind of stuff happening in one of the town, and then he started. He was doing a job actually. So he spoke with their owners that we should also do something like that. Okay, they also had a simple cafe, and where people used to come, have coffee and go away. So he said that we should create that mahal. We should create that ambience where people can chill out. Light music would be there, and maybe books for reading, maybe a sofa set, and the barista who makes the coffee, etc. Who can make customized coffee, that kind of experience people, and we can charge the premium for that. So the owners basically declined the idea that this will not work in US. So let's decline the idea. But this guy was very sure about it, and he started his own brand. Okay, that was the original Starbucks. Basically, these two owners were having original Starbucks. So this guy started his own company. And after some time, he grew his business, and he became bigger than the owner's company. Okay, so after some time, these owners sold their business of Starbucks to this guy, and then the name Starbucks was given. Anyway, why I'm sharing this story, because there is a learning behind it. So Starbucks was growing, and then they internationally also they grew. They grew with multifold. That franchisee model they put across the world, and it was very successful. Now during COVID, okay, they changed the strategy because during COVID everything was locked down, and you cannot sit in the restaurant and the cafe, like that. So then they launched their app. So Starbucks launched their app. You can order from the app, and you can just drive through this. What you can say? Just come there, and from your car only you can pick up your coffee and the other stuff and go away. So that drive away was very, become a great hit for them. Okay. Now understand this. Starbucks was earlier known as the, the place to chill out, the place to relax, the place to stay there for some time. Okay. Meeting people, etc. But now the entire business model changed after COVID. Now after COVID, when the entire world came back to the normalcy, but what happened, the barista who makes the coffee, now they are overwhelmed because of lot of orders, app driven orders were coming, and they were not, earlier they were relaxed, very few customers in the room, and they were also relaxed. They used to give the customized orders, etc. They used to suggest that you should try this. Now they are overloaded. Okay, so manpower also was limited, and it was all chaotic situation. Now because of this, try to understand this. Because of this, the originality of Starbucks has reduced, because people now no more sitting there, chilling there, because the next model, the COVID wala model, was more revenue generating for them. Okay. Now slowly what has happened is, lot of other players understood the drive away model and launched their model with less amount, at least almost half of price of the Starbucks, and Starbucks started to lose their market. Understand this? So even one amazing change of the process over the period of time can be detrimental for the for the brand as well. One of the very great success story of Starbucks was China. China was a great success story of Starbucks, and so Chinese people originally are very good. They are hardcore tea drinker. So in China, nobody will drink coffee. Okay, so all the experts were saying that Starbucks will fail here because Chinese people don't drink coffee. But Starbucks did that change. There are different flavors of coffee, etc. was a great hit for the new generation Chinese people. So China was the country where the majority of the Starbucks outlets were open. So again, even China market also after COVID, because of this turmoil, got disrupted, and they are struggling big time. So why I'm sharing this story? Because whatever changes you are doing in the process, whether it is giving you a positive impact initially, in the long term, that the same success story can become a disastrous for a long run as well. And Starbucks is a fantastic example of that. Now, reason I discussed Starbucks today, because of our today's topic, which is XY matrix. Let me connect the dots now. Okay. Here also, while explaining this concept of XY matrix, I will be taking a Six Sigma example, of a cafe company or a cafe outlet, and they were struggling with their sales going down. So how did they basically identify the points where they have to focus, and they worked upon it and they improved upon it. Okay, so this topic is connected to the story. That's why I started with the Starbucks story. Okay, this is a very recent case study I just read, saw on the internet. Okay. So what is XY matrix? It is also called as cause and effect matrix. For the new members, by the way, every Monday and Saturday we'll have the live session, and the presentations which will be shared, that will also be shared with you. You can download this presentation. Okay, but you can take the notes, you can ask the questions in the chat, and I will answer those. Okay. Now, what is XY matrix, or what is cause and effect matrix? This is not fishbone, by the way. Even though it is called cause and effect matrix, so cause and effect diagram is different and cause and effect matrix is different. Okay, so let's call it XY matrix, so just to avoid the confusion. Okay, so XY matrix is a Six Sigma tool which is used to determine the correlation between the key process input variable and priority of the customer. Now let me explain you this. What is customer outputs and what is key process? Everybody knows Y is equal to function of X, right? This is what we discussed multiple times. Everybody knows about this equation. Y is equal to function of X. Output is depending on the input. Yes or no? Correct? Everybody is clear about it. Y is equal to function of X. Yes? Now, all the X's Now there are multiple X's which are impacting on the Y. Like the test of coffee, test of tea, there are multiple inputs which are impacting. Now there are some inputs which are critical inputs and some inputs which are non-critical inputs. Are you understanding this? Yes? There are few critical inputs and there are few non-critical, because Pareto 80-20 principle applicable everywhere. There are 20% critical factors which will have 80% impact on the, let's say, test of tea or test of coffee. So in all the factors which are there, let's say quality of milk, quality of water, quality of powder, tea powder or coffee beans, or the temperature, the time of brewing, everything will impact the test ultimately. But out of which there will be few critical factors and more, majority of them will be trivial factor. Now, how do you identify them statistically? So this matrix will help you to identify what are the critical factors. And generally, I suggest implementing XY matrix in our measure phase itself. Okay. Why in the measure phase? I will explain you as we go along, right? Now, the goal of XY matrix or cause and effect matrix is to mathematically compute the relationship. Mathematically. So we are giving some numbers. Okay. And as we know, in Six Sigma, we only believe in the data, right? So whatever we have, we just put that in the numbers. Let's say, for example, what is your experience? So it is good, bad, ugly, whatever it is, let's put it on the scale of 1 to 10. That will be more, what you can say, you can crunch those numbers, you can analyze those numbers, take out trends, patterns, histogram, all the stuff you can do if you put numbers to it. So we are going to make a mathematical model or a mathematical computation so that this relationship becomes easier for us to what you can say, visualize. Okay. So this is between the key input variable, process variable, which are X's, and the customer outputs Y. Now outputs, it is written outputs. What is output? Let's try to figure out this. Okay. So here we go. Our coffee example starts here. So we can connect the dot of Starbucks. Okay. So ABC coffee shop located in Mumbai has reported falling sales for past 6 months. Okay. A Six Sigma team conducts a root cause analysis, and they also want to see the key process inputs that are impacting the process. Okay. So the coffee shop was, the sale was going down, and the consultants were called upon. So SNG was called upon, and now we are doing the analysis of it. Okay. So what we did the first is step number 1. First, we identified the customer requirements, or in other words, understand the voice of customer. What is voice of customer? Voice of customer is the data, the input, which can clarify the requirement of the customer. Okay. What are the various ways we can collect voice of customer? Type in the chat box. What are the various ways we can, collect the voice of customer? Review. Okay, very good. Yes, we can ask for the reviews. That's absolutely right. What else? Feedbacks. Absolutely right. What else? What else? Superb. Review hai, feedback hai. Customer complaints. Yes, if customer complains, that is also data information for us. Satisfaction index. Very good. CSAT score, right? Voting. Weekly meetings. Okay. Weekly meetings. Where we discuss customer requirement, right? But how do we collect the data information from the customer? If we are meeting customer weekly, then it's then it's right. Reviews, etc. Very good. So here also they have given surveys, focus group, or other means. That's what you have seen. Feedbacks and complaints, etc. Okay, ratings. So place those priorities on the top of XY matrix. So step number 1. Okay, let's imagine, put yourself in a coffee shop as a customer. Now, as a customer, let me ask you this question rather before I open this next slide. Let's say in the coffee shop, if you go enter in a coffee shop, what would be your expectation? What would you expect? What will make you happy, satisfied? Type in the chat box. In a coffee shop, because now we are discussing about coffee shop. That's why I started from Starbucks. Yeah. Neat and clean. Okay. So hygiene, the ambience, very good. Good taste, low cost, ambience, taste, very good. Super. Timely delivery. That's very important. Price. Price is also very important. Service. Absolutely right. Superb. So these Six Sigma people, okay, did the the survey, asked the customer, and they found out critical to quality attributes. Okay, so customer satisfaction is the big umbrella. In that umbrella, there are small whys. For example, look at this. So they found that test is a very important factor. Price is a very important factor according to the customer. Delivery time, how much time that barista is delivering the coffee to the customer. Aroma of the coffee is also very important, and ambience. That's what most of you have given the same points. Same the customers also have given, and these are called our CTQs. Critical to quality attributes. What is critical to quality? So under the umbrella of customer satisfaction, we are decoding what are the real quality attributes which customer is looking for. Are you understanding? So customer underneath the satisfaction is looking actually for the test, actually for the price, actually for the delivery time, actually for the aroma, actually for the ambience. Okay, so from the vague voice of customer, we have finalized, meaning those people have finalized the critical to quality attributes, which are these 5. Okay, now let's take a pause here. Okay, for your product or service in your company, give me few critical to quality attributes which customer expects from your product or service. Type in the chat box. I am talking about your company, your product or your service. Okay, to satisfy the customer, what are the output variable or what are the CTQs you have to focus upon? Type in the chat box. I hope everybody understood my question, right? Just type in the chat box, everybody. Just take 1 minute, discuss about it, and put commas and put 3-4 CTQs for your product. Zero leakage. Okay, very good. Now, if possible, can you put the name of the product as well? What basically your industry is, so that we can correlate. No damage or scratches on the product. Very good. Superb. Skilled operator. Skilled operator on the product basis. If it is service, then it is okay. Accurate account information, complaint banking, first crank start, very good. Good raw material, sheet metal industry. Okay, delivery performance, rejection in PPM, very good. Superb. First crank start. Q&A, what is that? Aesthetics, okay, aesthetics also is very, very important. Superb. Type in the chat box, Just give me 3-4 CTQs for your product and service, so that you can connect this concept. See, that's what I always say. Whenever you are learning, okay, quality and assurance, okay, very good. So, whenever you are learning the concept, try to connect with your own product and service. That will give you the depth of understanding. Color variation, safety features, amazing. Clear? Zero defect, very good. So are you clear what are the expectation of the customer under the umbrella of customer satisfaction? These are the CTQs, okay? So here, test, price, delivery time, aroma and ambience are the, okay. Lifetime delivery, okay, sorry, in-time delivery, not lifetime. In-time delivery, error-free solution, ensure it works smoothly, proper documentation, support after go live in IT industry. Fantastic. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Okay, I think you also joined, I believe, yesterday only, right? Mr. Acharya. So, because you just joined, yeah. So we all welcome the new members. So we all welcome you as well. Okay, in this community. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Superb. Chalo. So let's. So this is the first step. Okay. Yes. The first step. The second step is, now we have identified the factors. Okay. Now every factor, 80-20 principle applies everywhere, guys. Every factor is not the critical most factor. So there has to be some priority. Okay. So assign the priority factor for each of the customer output. Generally, we use 1 to 10 scale, 1 being the low priority, 10 being the highest priority. Okay. So for their team, they have, with discussion with the customer, have given this priority rating. Now, if you see here, test, they have given 9 out of 10 rating. Okay. So test, they have given 9 out of 10 rating. Price, they have given 6. Delivery time 3. Aroma 3 and ambience 4. Of course, we might give, as our team might give a different rating. But this is how they have given the rating weightage. Are you understanding? Yes? Your rating could be a little different. Clear? Now, once this weightage is given, then step number 3 is list all possible key input variables or improvement factor of the process in each row. Okay. So I'll show you the table. Those are the X's. So Y is the customer satisfaction, is the big Y, and these are the small y's. Okay. Test is a small y, price is a small y, delivery time is a small y, aroma is a small y, and ambience is a small y. Now what we are doing is we are listing the X's, the factors. So look at this. So the consultants actually, put the team together for a brainstorming, and they ask the question, say, what are the input variable factors? What are the input variable factors? So coffee flavor, coffee quantity, brewing time, coffee creamer, machine temperature, filter, beans freshness. All these are the factors which would impact the customer satisfaction basically. What are the input variables which are important? Okay, so these are the factors they listed. You might list some other factors. Okay, so this is step number 3. Now once that is done, then like we have given the weightage to the output variables, now we have to give the weightage, okay, to the
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah. Is audible.
All right. I think there was some glitch in the internet. Okay, so we are back. Something happened and net instantly went off. Okay, am I audible? Just give me a quick yes, everybody,
Yes, sir. You
and
are
let
audible,
me
sir.
start.
Yes.
Yes, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Let me start the recording once again. Okay, here we go. So, let me share my screen once again. Okay, so I was talking about the geometric progression scale. So geometric progression scale is just like, you know, 0, 1, 3, 9, or maybe, you give rating like 1, 2, 4, 8, that kind of, multiply by 2, multiply by 3, that is called geometric scale. Now, so 0 being no impact, 1 being low impact, 3 being medium impact, and 9 being a strong impact. Okay, high correlation. So this is what they have given. Okay, now look at this. So this looks like this. So for example, so assess the relationship between key input variable to the customer output and rank each input variable accordingly. For example, let's say coffee flavor is the first X. Now coffee flavor will have impact on test. So this is X, and this is Y. Okay, this is Y1 and this is, let's say, X1. Okay. Now, will coffee flavor has impact on test? Will have it? So answer is absolutely yes. How much? On the scale of 1 to 10, or that geometric cell, will it be low impact, no impact meaning 0, low impact meaning 1, okay, moderate impact meaning 3, and very high impact will be 9. So obviously the coffee flavor will have a high impact, so they have given 9. Okay, then coffee flavor impact to price, they will say very very less, so they have given 3. Okay, coffee flavor impacts on delivery time, 3. Coffee flavor impact on aroma, they have given 9. Coffee flavor impact on ambience, they have given 1. I would have given 0. But again, that that flavor that adds aroma and the ambience also can get triggered, so that's why they would have given 1 out of that scale. Okay, so are you clear? So what is the impact of this X on each and every Y? That ranking they have given, X's impact on that particular Y. Are you clear with this? Just give me a quick yes in the chat box. Are you clear? Yes, just give me a quick yes. Super clear, very good. Yeah, SC stands for super clear. That means fantastically clear. Okay, so similarly, coffee quantity, so they have given 1 to the test, 3 to the price, delivery time 3, aroma 3, this is 1. So they have given each and every factor, the ranking like this. Clear, everybody? Yes? Okay, very good. Now, can we find out similar kind of at least 4 to 5 critical factors in our case? And type in the chat box. See, we have identified the Ys, right? We have identified some Ys, which are the CTQs, critical to quality. Now, can we just find out what are the factors which are impacting our Ys? Don't worry about this matrix right now, but can we find out those factors? Just type in the chat box. Meanwhile, if possible, let me share one Excel file with you. Okay. And you guys can use this Excel file for working here. Okay. Okay, this is open with me. That's why it is not being shared. Okay. Just a second. Let me close this file. And now let me share that. Okay. Yeah, you can type in the chat box meanwhile. Please type in the chat box. Yes, you can download this XY matrix template and you can work on this template. Okay. Very good. So dimension NC, mate NC, okay. Quality, process lapse, less torque, non-uniform sealant. Okay, so instead of non-uniform sealant, I would write sealant uniformity. That's the factor. Okay. Instead of less or more torque, I will write torque. That is the factor. Let's type few X's. So Girish ji has been given no problem. And great that you are in your shift also you are listening to this. That's amazing. Leakage parameters. Okay, leakage parameters you are saying. All right. Yeah, anyone else apart from Girish ji? Factors you would like to just put it in the chat. Just put 2 or 3 factors which are impacting the X's. Okay. Meanwhile, download this XY matrix. I will explain you once I go further. So once you give this axis on the the axis here, the vertical axis, then you rank each and every X to each and every Y. So are you clear till this step? Just type yes in the chat box. This step tak sab kuch clear hai? Just give me quick yes. Any question? No question? No question means 2 things. First, you have understood everything. Second, you have understood nothing. I believe it is the first, right? You are understanding everything. Very good. I believe that is the truth. Okay. So, now the step number 5 is cross multiplication the customer output priority number with correlation ranking and sum each row in the extreme right column. Okay. We can find out X's for each VOC. So you have to extensively write all the factors, all the X's. Okay, which are now some of the Y's it will not be applicable. So that will be 0. So there will be 0 ranking given, rating given. Okay, the relationship number will be 0. Okay, like that. Fantastic. Now we will do cross multiplication. Now how cross multiplication happens, just try to understand this. Okay. Now, this is a very important step here. Now, what is cross multiplication? Let's look at this coffee flavor. Okay, let's focus on this row. Now, first multiplication is ranking multiplied by weightage. So, 9 multiplied by 9. Here you can see. Okay, plus 3 multiplied by 6. Okay. Okay, this one. Okay. Plus 3 multiplied by 3, rank multiplied by weight, plus 9 multiplied by 3, plus 1 multiplied by 4. And if you do all this mathematic, then you will have 139 as a total value. Similarly, we'll do it for coffee quantity. 1 multiplied by 9, 3 multiplied by 6, 3 multiplied by 3, 3 multiplied by 3 and 1 multiplied by 4, and then we will add all the numbers and we'll get 49 as a value. Now once we prioritize this, if you see here 139, 126 and 123 are the most impactful factors. For example, coffee flavor, the coffee creamer, and bean freshness. These are the most critical excess which are coming out from this matrix. Are you clear? Just give me yes in the chat box. Are you clear? Fantastic, fantastic. Okay, how many of you attended the black belt hackathon last day, which happened on, I think, Friday? Design of experiment. Just type me in the chat box where we covered design of experiments. How many of you attended that? Just type me in the chat box. Out of the people right now present in the room, how many of you attended design of experiment session on day 3, Friday? Yeah, Manvirji was there. Who else? Okay, you were the only one. Okay, fantastic. Chalo, Nandam. Oh, yeah, Sadanandji was also there. Fantastic. So, if you remember, yes. If you remember, that day, when we were doing analysis of DOE, I showed you the p-value. The factor which is p-value is, the p-value is less than 0.05 is a critical factor. Are you understanding? If you remember, in the beginning of the session, those 3 students were like case study. You remember that? So first student was a flat curve, second student was a little bit of, but the third one was the most critical. How many of you remember the correlation diagrams, the main effect correlation? You remember that? Just give me a quick yes. The people attended that. Okay, for the new members, I will explain you this concept later. But now this one is having the maximum impact on your Y. Are you understanding? So this ranking has been given with the experience of us. Okay. While design of experiment is done with pure numbers, with pure statistics. There is no assumption, there is no experience. There is pure numbers. Like we make that process, we take the output, and then we check what is the impact of X and on the Y. And on the basis of the p-value, we can check what are the critical factors. Here, this is also one way where you can find out what are the critical factors for us. Okay. Now, once we identify the critical factors, right, what is the advantage of us or advantage to us? For the analyze phase, that is very, very important. Yes. For analysis phase, that helps us to focus on the critical factors, right? Apart from that, the tools like regression, tools like hypothesis testing, tools like design of experiments, also we can focus on these critical factors, right? You remember L raised to F, just for those people, L raised to F, right? So 2 raised to 3. Now, if you have 3 factors, then you will have to run for 8 runs. Okay. Now, if the number of factors are more, if you're not sure which factor is critical, which factor is not critical, then you end up running more factors and you end up running more runs. Okay. So this exercise will help us to shortlist the critical factors, the priority factors for us. Are you clear with this factor? So I'm just connecting with that DOE example. So this XY matrix will help us to prioritize the critical factors among other factors. Just give me a quick yes if you have understood this. ये clear है? Super clear. Now where do we use this? Where do we use this? Okay. Now, yes, cost will also increase. If we consider every factor, cost will also increase. Now, in the DMAC framework, where I use XY matrix is the measure phase. So in the measure phase, I would recommend you guys to do this XY matrix. Okay. In define phase, we will identify the project. We will make the process, project charter. We'll make a team. communication plan, stakeholder management, SIPOC, process mapping, all this basic stuff we'll do in the define phase. In the measure phase, okay, if we do this, in the measure phase, what we do, we collect the data. We'll collect the data, right? So right in the measure phase, if we do this exercise, we can collect the data of not only, let's say, imagine we are doing a customer satisfaction improvement of that coffee shop. Okay. Now, if we do this exercise, now we know that test, price, delivery time, aroma and ambience, these are all important critical criticality cues. So we will collect the data for this. We'll collect the data for test rating. We'll ask the customer to give the rating on a scale of 1 to 10. Price is okay, price we all know. Delivery time, we will measure the delivery time from order to delivery, how much time on an average we are taking. Then aroma also we can give the rating. Ambience also we can give the rating. So if we start taking the feedbacks what you can say, with the help of rating like this, we would have collected a very good amount of data which would be very impactful for us in the project. That is about the Y. But what about the X? We can collect the data of coffee flavor, coffee quantity, brewing time. These are the process parameter data. This is the customer. This will come from customer, and this will come from the process. What is the bean freshness, filters, machine temperature, coffee creamer, and all these kinds of information data we will collect from the process. Now, once we have this data, and once we have this data, then in the analysis phase, we have lot of statistical tool, graphical tools like correlation regression, hypothesis testing, design of experimentation, and so many of them we can do with this data. So if we do XY metrics in the measure phase, this will help us to collect the data related to X's and the Y's. Are you clear? Are you clear? All the Y's we have to collect the data, all the X's we have to collect the data, and that will be very important for our project. Are you clear with this? Just give me a quick yes in chat box. Absolutely. See what happens, I'll tell you, if you do not do this XY matrix, voice नहीं आ रहा है क्या प्रभाकर जी? Is my voice not coming or breaking or not audible?
नहीं, breaking हो रहा था आपका voice.
Okay, but अभी clear है या फिर अभी भी breaking है?
नहीं, अभी clear है.
Clear है ना? Okay, good. Now, so understand this. What happens if you don't do this? If you don't do this, just a second. If we don't do this, let's say if we go to the y-axis, if we go to the analysis phase, all right? In the analysis phase, what do we do in analysis phase? First we do fishbone. Okay, first we do the fishbone analysis, correct? Man, machine, method, mother nature, etc. Then we do root cause analysis, and then we do validation. Okay, now one of the root cause, just try to understand this. One of the root cause is my taste is depending on let's say coffee flavor. Example, let's take the same example. Team says that the coffee flavor has the maximum impact now, but in the analysis phase we realize that we don't have any data to validate this assumption. We don't have coffee flavor data. हम rating ले ही नहीं रहे coffee flavor का on the scale of 1 to 10. Are you understanding? Or whatever data we want to take, that data is not there. Then we realize that, and then we will not be able to validate the root causes. That's the reason if we start collecting data right from the measure phase, by the time you reach to analysis phase, you have good amount of data backup which can be used for regression, hypothesis, design of experimentation. Clear? And that is the main objective of doing this exercise in the measure phase. Are you clear with this? Just give me a quick yes in the chat. Understood the logic? So think about the logic. Why in the measure phase? Why not in analysis phase? Why not in improve phase? This tool is best fitting in. See, you can do it in define phase as well, but define phase will be too early. Okay, so measure phase is something which is a very good time where we start collecting the data. The beginning itself you can do this exercise, and apart from the Y data, you can start focusing on the X data. Okay, the process data as well. Okay? Now, so it's the same thing. You just rank the priority. So you determine the rank based on the highest sum of total, and you highlight the critical few variable like this. Okay, as we have seen, coffee flavor and coffee creamer and the bean freshness are the three critical most parameter identified by this exercise. Okay, so let's quickly revise what we have to do. So I have already given you the template. Okay, so template that that Excel template, and I will share that template in the masterclass archive as well. You can download it anytime later as well. Okay, now what is step number 1? Identify customer requirements, right? Under the umbrella of customer satisfaction, all the CTQs, okay, the taste and aroma and delivery time, etc. That's the step 1. What is step number 2? And after identifying, give the rating, assign the priority rating, the weightage basically. So test is given 9, delivery time given 3, like that. Okay. Step number 3, list all the possible input factors, the X's, right? Step number 4, then you give the relationship of input variable to the output. Then you give the ranking. What is the excess impact on the Y? That ranking, that rating you will give on 0, 1, 3 and 9. Okay. Then step number 5 is, total summation of priority rating and input variable rank, right? So this weightage and the ranking what you have given, you do the summation and the multiplication and you get the total value. So these are the 5 to 6 steps in which you can do this. So you get the critical factors, you get the data collection clarity as well. Okay, and you kind of get clarity of the analysis phase very much. Okay, this is very important tool which you can exercise in the measure phase. So what benefits we can expect? Number 1, it helps us to include customer input and for decision making. Okay, like what customer wants, that weightage we know, right? So we can focus on that. Let's say we focus on the test, right? Visually depict the correlation between the key input variable and the customer outputs. The priority ranking method helps to take decision based on the score rather than the individual opinion. Now this is very important. Now this is not opinion based, but this is a ranking based, a mathematical based model. Okay. Maybe non-key processes. Now we don't have to collect every data. If let's say some factor is having very low impact or negligible impact, those kinds of data even we don't have to collect and waste our time and resources. Okay. It helps us to list all the input variable and required for this process. Okay. So this is what is the XY matrix. Any question on this? I'm just ready for answer. Yeah. So there are two ways we can do this. One is you can just raise your hand, unmute yourself and ask the question, or you can just put it in the chat box. Both options are absolutely okay. All right. Now, meanwhile, you are typing the question or raising the hand. All the new members, I'm just speaking to all the new members. Everybody has received, all the new members who have joined yesterday or last week. Okay. Everybody has received the login details. Just give me a quick yes in the chat box. Just give me a quick yes. Yes. So we have www.sparrangavin.in is our portal. You just go to sign in, put your login ID, password, and enter into our the LMS, learning management system. go to course 1. In my courses, go to course 1, which is Lean Six Sigma Green Belt. That's your first destination. Okay, so you need to complete, let's put a target of 30 days completion. Okay, so make a plan of spending at least 30 minutes every day, or maybe you can spend 2 to 3 hours on a weekend. Okay, and take the notes along with, as you are going through this, take the notes so that you can connect, like what we have done. No? I explained you the concept and then we did a brainstorming. Okay, what are your critical factors? What are your CTQs? Okay, what are your input factors? Okay, similarly, you also think and put it in the notes so that the concept will become clearer. And then attend the live sessions. And this is the mentor number, 99305. Okay, this is the mentor number. Just save this number on your, in your mobile phone as SNG mentor. Okay, this is the WhatsApp number, not for calling, because it's a common number shared by a lot of us, including me as well. Okay, and like you guys, I am also, we are also in the training, coaching, consulting, etc. So we may not be in a position to immediately pick up your call and answer, right? So send a message, and most of the time the question or query get resolved in the WhatsApp message itself. If you have a list of questions to be asked, then you can set up a call. Okay, and mutually we agree upon a time, and then we can have a call as well, right? So that's the process, very simple process. Anything you have about your course, career, just put in that and mentor's number, and our mentor will be there to help you out. Okay. In the pharmaceutical industry, outputs are the specifications and parameters and inputs X's, process parameters. How to rank all of them? That's the same process, Anujji. So, for example, let's take Y's now. Let's Y could be, assay could be one Y. Yes. What are the other Y's for pharmaceutical? What are the customer requirements? Yes, assay is one Y. What else? What else? Give me another couple of factors. Give me pH value. Very good. So pH is one Y, assay is one Y. So all the quality parameters you guys check, na? These are all Y's. Okay, Y1, Y2, Y3. Now in the vertical axis, you put all the X's. Okay, yeah, impurity is one Y, right? Now on the vertical axis, you put all the X's. All the X's could be, let's say, the speed, the temperature, the pressure. Okay, if you're making tablets, let's say, for example. Okay, so the pressure of the machine set, that's a process parameter, which is X. Now you start collecting the data. Now see, you have all the Y data because the quality parameters data is already there. So that data is very easily available. But what about the X's data? Are we capturing the X's data? Are we monitoring? Are we storing that X's data? Okay, that is something which we start to calculate. Okay, so speed of the line, or pressure of the machine, or the mixture qualities. Okay, so all these parameters are the process parameters. Clear? Very good. So in XY matrix, yeah, thank you very much. Can I say for particular output there are several exactly. Therefore, one Y there could be multiple factors. Okay, so on the horizontal we are putting all the small Y's or critical to quality attributes, and on the vertical axis we are putting all the X's. Okay, whether they are critical, non-critical, we don't know. We are putting all the X's, right? For the test of tea, we are putting milk, quality of milk, quantity of milk. We are putting the quality of water, quantity of water. We are putting sugar. We are putting tea powder. We are putting the time, brewing, skill set of the person. So we are putting everything. It's critical is not. So quality of raw material, temperature, moisture, ash percentage, etc. The contribute. Absolutely right. Absolutely right. Clear? And then we give the ranking. Let's say raw material quality. How much it will impact to this Y? How much it will impact to that Y? How much it will impact to that Y? Okay. So that we will give the ranking. Okay. Clear? Good. So today we learn a new tool. Very good. Very good. So start implementing it. Okay. And yeah, it's a manual ranking. Yes, it's a manual rank. So it's a team activity. Okay. See, if this is not done, then the decision becomes opinion based decision. Okay, somebody will say no, this is critical, somebody will say no, that is critical. So better we gather together, have a discussion, debate, brainstorming, and then give the ranking and use this matrix, which is a proven matrix which we use in our projects as well. Even without product also you can use this matrix and start collecting the data. Okay, as I always say this, if your management is not allowing you to do the project in your company, does not matter. You start implementing these tools separately. You implement cause and effect, you implement XY matrix, you implement Pareto, you implement Scamper. These are individual tools also so powerful, so that you will get some improvement even from these individual tools as well. Yeah. So don't wait for a complete holistic project to be delivered. You start by these kinds of small tools as well. All right. Yes. Fantastic. So thank you very much for connecting. Any other question if you have, if not answered yet, anyways, you can put it in the mentor's number as well, and we will answer that as well. Okay. So if you have any doubt in login, Minitab access, or whatever it is, right? So your first destination for the new members is Greenbelt. Okay. So we'll stop here and we'll connect on Saturday with the new topic with the same enthusiasm. Till the time, keep learning, keep growing. This is Dinesh Patil.